All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the so-called Silicon Valley and Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara.
Mi avete perso un
The scene a few
calzino.
moments ago. Here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Green Bay Packers and the San Francisco 49ers. The final playoff push is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Right here, right here.
Now a carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. And oh, he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the first down as well.
And the Packers first down.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Nick Bosa, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. The start less than ideal as they already face a 2nd and long.
Gun.
They'll give this to Bell running right. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for 3rd down.
Gun. 59, check, 59. Come on, D. Mike, check, 59. Hey.
Just beating the play clock is Newton. Looking deep downfield. And that will be incomplete.
Vuoi aprire la scatolina,
Well, they
papà?
weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Portala in cucina.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here we go. Touch the elbow. Game on this defense, no game.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
But that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Watch the pass. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Let's go. Come on.
Brissett now. He'll get this to his tight end. It's Johnny Smith. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, a 22.
49ers, first down. First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Check, 93's the mic, 93's the mic. Hey, pick your game up.
They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman.
sbagliato.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Check, 93's the mic, 93's the mic. Here we go, here we go.
Out of the gun, Brissett. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. Touchdown, 49ers. Dante Pettis with touchdown number 7 on the year. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
Throwing again on 2nd down. Newton nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dean Lowry in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Third and 14.
Third and long, it's Newton. Looking deep for Adams. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing.
First and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
A carry for Foreman. And he may have given those 6 yards right back as they're going to get to him well behind the line. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now. It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down.
Tight off, tight off, tight off.
From the gun, here's Brissett. He rifles one that's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick.
Saluti a me? Può stare qui a giocare? So che no? Ancora. Sofia. Io vado su. Anche tu. Andiamo su. Andiamo su.
That's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. Solomon Thomas there on the tackle.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Newton, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Nick Bosa, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year.
3rd and 13.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd.
20. Check. 53 is mine. Check. 53 is mine. I got it. Go.
Out of the gun, Newton. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Nick Bosa in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. On now is the Packers punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Pulled in at the 24. A 44-yard punt. They're going to wind up losing yardage on the return, though. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Packers, nothing.
Set, ready, and read. Too little, tap, tap.
On 2nd and 11 now. Brissett taking a shot for Samuel. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Look out for number 30. Look out for number 30. Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move.
From the shotgun, it's Brissett. Taking a shot for Samuel. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game,
and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Here's Newton. And he's going to go down again. Nick Bosa in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for it.
It's been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Great. Check, 59. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
From the gun, here's Newton. And that will be incomplete. The linebacker, Fred Warner, right there on the coverage. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway, and they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a 1-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Really shouldn't be a surprise. It's going to be hard to move people in this situation. You know they're going to bring the pressure defensively. Because I remember playing in these spots, and my coaches always say, don't be afraid to try and create a safety, too. They're going to bring pressure.
Back near his goal line, Brissett. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. So a little more space to work with here from the 13 on 1st and 10.
Okay. He's checking. Crash.
They'll run with Foreman. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Running for the first time with a fullback, C.J. Ham. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily, you're right, but he did there. The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the third down stop.
Kill.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
He's crashing. He's checking crash. Check 93's the mic.
On third down, Foreman, and an alley to run. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, 49ers. A big play there. 77 yards. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. So much for just picking up the first down. How about that run all the way on third down into the end zone?
I'd say this was a bonus run because you're right. All you're trying to do is get the first down in that situation. But to top it off with that gigantic sprint and to go all the way, the only thing he's worried about near the end of that run is if someone's going to jump on his back. And I mean Mr. Fatigue. And that's all he was worried about. Well-conditioned, carried it all the way.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Second and 10 at the 24-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Deuce. Check. He's 8. We got double up. Get it.
Play action. It's Newton. Escaping the pressure right. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20. A shotgun snap for Newton. Eluding the pressure right. Got him in. It's Brown. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Newton. He gets this to Devontae Adams. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
A big gain on the play, but it's 3rd down.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Newton. He gets it to Brown. Good play. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. A good grab there by the former Central Michigan man, Antonio Brown.
And he ate up some real estate on the catch, too, didn't he? I think the most impressive part of it, though, if there's a chance for him to get the football, even though he was covered well, he somehow finds a way to get it.
Mike spot 9, Mike spot 9. Got you. I got you.
Now a 1st down carry by Bell. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
It's a party now. It's a party now.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. The throw over the middle, taken in. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 32-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's a give to Bell. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Out of the shotgun, it's Bell. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Watch the curl. Watch the curl. 8.
From the gun, Newton. And they're going to get him. He's sagged back around the 28. Chris Jones make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Now Cody Parkey out to try the field goal. And this will be a 45-yard attempt. And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
It's been a nightmare season. You're well under 500. Your defense hasn't really kept in a lot of games, and now it's spilling over to the kicking game. That's 3 points you've got to be able to bank on.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Double time. 4 down. Check.
Brissett sets to throw it. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Kenny Clark in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
Buddy up. 93's the mic. Oh, you got deep? Tight end right. 3 down. Hey, check. 3 down. Wahoo. Check, 93's the mic.
It's 3rd and long for Brissett. Airing it out deep for Smith. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half. Incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him to find him.
On the return, it's White. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. On 2nd and 10, Newton gets this one to Le'Veon Bell. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 13 yards, 1st down Packers.
Good route, good pickup for 1st down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover. The angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, If you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot, and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. 1st and 10 right at the 20. After the penalty, it's Bell. Sharp move, but can't find much space. Dropped just inside the 20. Ben Gideon in on the stop.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Again, it's Bell. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Well, it hasn't been a whole lot of fun for Le'Veon Bell in this ball game, trying to find room to run the ball. I'm sure they're going to have to change some things up because he's so versatile. They've got to get the ball in his hands somehow and create some space because they're losing this game.
Well, defensively, you got to key in on Bell, make him the focal point to stop, and they've been able to do that.
And he has gotten better every year he's been in the league, always adding something to his game.
Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
On 1st down, Newton. Flush to his right, and a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. They'll try the air now with Newton. Flushed out right. That's complete. It's Bell. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
Step, ready? Mike is 59. Mike is 59. Quit talking about it. Gun. No. Gun. Mike's 59. I get it.
Newton now to throw. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Chris Jones in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. So 3rd and goal, and the 49er faithful making some noise for their defense.
Great. Right there, 54, right there, 54. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
Operating from the gun, Newton. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you'll see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball at least a few times on off.
And his first carry, he loses the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Foreman. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And now nothing but green ahead of him. Touchdown, 49ers. A great play there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in. Bigger
chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Check 3, check.
They'll go again with Bell. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
Watch the twist. Check 24, check 24.
Here's Newton. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
2nd and 10. Newton again. And that's caught inside the 35.
Porca miseria, ma perché mi metto sempre la pressa su Adams? Non lo devo mai mettere lì e glielo metto.
Trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And to the tight end here, Safarian Jenkins. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Newton now perfect since the 2nd half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
20. Watch the whip. Switch.
From the red zone now, Newton. Dancing to his left. He'll try and run it. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Check with the 9. Push him back. Push him back.
On second down, it's Bell. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That second down play nets a -4.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt, I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. From the gun on third down, Newton. Escaping the pressure right. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. And Parkey's kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle. Still going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. And as you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity. Parkey now following the made field goal to kick this one off. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away? Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball. No gain on the play there, second down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter. I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football. Throwing on second down. Brissett, nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Packers pick it up. And that will set him up in excellent shape. First and goal at the 9-yard line. Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did. And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here. Not done in the fourth. A first throw now for the backup Roethlisberger. A screen to Bell. And that play goes nowhere. He's met behind the line, and a penalty flag may add insult to injury. Well, they completed the pass but lost yardage, so they'll decline the penalty. Perfect play for them, isn't it? Who needs a penalty? When you try and throw the ball, you don't even get it downfield, and they go ahead and snuff out the play. They'll take that as a result. A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another second and goal. Now it's Roethlisberger. Yeah, he's got it. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty. Well, it certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago.
And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
On 3rd and goal, Roethlisberger. And it'll be intercepted.
Grande Fabian.
Partner, we always talk about possession.
Mamma che intercetto.
In these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Brissett. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again. Check. Wait. Check hot route. Hot. Kill.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Check.
Brissett now. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Check.
They'll run on 1st down. Foreman. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Now, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Check. 93's the mic. Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now.
On 2nd and 9, Brissett looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 34-yard line.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
On first down, Foreman. And a short gain down to about the 33. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. They run again with Foreman. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
After the run by Foreman, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up.
Amore, ho finito,
Those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move
Amore mio.
laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Che c'è, amore?
2 minutes
Il
left to play in this
cappuccio.
football game.
Lo vuoi
here
mettere?
on EA Sports.
No, no, ma è bello però.
So it's
Un attimo papà, finisco, un attimo solo. Prego, fini.
To do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. On 2nd down, Foreman. And able to work his way down to the 16. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. On 3rd down, Foreman. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. Badgley's kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
Let's go.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Here's a ball thrown right side and complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 42. Roethlisberger now 4 of 5 since coming on. It's 1st and 10. Safarian Jenkins has it. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Roethlisberger will throw, eluding the pressure right. And now he's going to use his legs. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Scrambling not particularly a Roethlisberger strong suit, but he does get the job done there and gets a first. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Pass hauled in by the 6'4" tight end Sternberger. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by DJ Reed. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Down to a knee for the 49ers. This one about to be on ice. So the victory here for San Francisco, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down.